Right, so let's look at a shoulder lock. If we can't get the leg over the head from the arm bar. So from our position, nothing's changed. Shay's doing his sort of standard defense in the gi. I make the cross grip, I come underneath with two methods. Pull with my knees, bring this over my head, put on the overhook, cut the angle. I'm about to go for the cross choke or the punch choke. He defends, so now we're dealing with this response. I want to keep his left elbow in front of my right hip. So I just open my guard, 2 feet in his hips and I pinch. I want to control his posture. Left leg comes up so it's high, it's climbing. And then my whizzer hand makes the grip on his tricep. So from here, I'm pinching with my knee. I've got his elbow in front of my hip. But sometimes when you start to push on the head, Shay's driving into me and I physically can't get my leg over his head. I can't get the angle of the profile. So from there, I'm still on my left hip. I'm going to throw my leg over his shoulder and then I pinch with my knees. So again, we can still attack the armbar from this position. If I can make that double grip, I can just hip out and it's there. Okay. Sometimes though, a defense Shay can do from there is just grab his hand. And now I'll give myself a hernia trying to finish that armbar. So I just push his wrist towards his body so there's a bend in his arm. And now from there I'm just going to pull both his hands this way and I have the shoulder lock. Let's just get another angle on that. So from close guard, let's do the second setup. So you make the cross grip, hand comes underneath. Sharp bit, breaks the grip, wrist on the outside so he can't control the inside space. Get that grip under the armpit and start to work that arm drag. The response as he pulls back, notice there's a bend in his arm. I just bring my left hand inside, grab my wrist, push it through. Now I have the overhook, cross choke, punch choke. That's the response we're dealing with. I just open my legs and put 2 feet in his hips. I might have to butt scoot back a bit just to get into the right position. Now from here, I have to let go of the overhook to grab the gi on the tricep. But before I do that, I'm just going to clamp down with my left foot to control his posture. Then I make the grip. But now as I go to push in his head, to bring my right leg over his head, okay? He's being really strong and he's leaning into me and I can't get my leg over. So I just throw it over his shoulder. Pinch with my knees. And now from here I can start to attack that armbar. I just dig in, lift my hips and I can hit it from here. If he gets hand to hand and pulls back from that position, I keep his elbow in my hip. And now I'm just going to bring his left arm this way. As long as I have a bend in his arm, I can take it this way. If he's still hand to hand, I'm just going to bring both of them. Okay, let's look at that again. Let's look at it if I can go straight into the shoulder lock. You don't need to go for the arm bar first. Let's just check that out. So we're here. Make the grips. Push. Arm drag, he comes back, I just push that through the space, make the whizzer, start to work the cross choke, his arm comes across, 2 feet on the hips, that's the detail there, keeping his left elbow in front of my right hip. Before I let go of the lapel here, I start to climb, then I make the grip, but now as I start to work the arm bar, I just feel I can't get my leg over his head, so I just keep it here. Now from there I can go straight forward, so you just grab his wrist and start to bend it back this way. You need a bend in the arm. With his arm straight, you're not going to get the shoulder lock. If you have a bend in the arm, you have the shoulder lock.